So, hey Gemini rule. Um, so today's show is about the thrill. Well, I named it the thrill of being bad, but like it's basically about cheating. Cause like, what else are you doing bad? It really is just about cheating. And like people's definition of cheating. And Gemini rule, you said you look cute. Thank you. This is, and the funny thing, I think just because I love doing makeup, this is like basic. This was like I'm really tired and this is how I'm gonna look. But thank you. So cheating to me is such a weird top. Like I'll tell you why. Because I feel like everybody has their definitions of cheating. Hey, Ria. Yeah, I feel like everybody has their different definitions. I could be wrong, but only because um my friend sent me this article. Absolutely crazy. We'll get into it though, but called micro cheating. We're gonna talk about micro cheating, y'all. Um, Thank you though, Gemini Raw. How are you guys doing tonight? 8:34 here on the East Coast. Uh, uh. Um, and today was actually not as hot, which I was so happy for. I was so happy for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about the heat. I will not complain because I would rather heat than cold. But the humidity was just like when you're just sitting there with somebody and you're not saying anything, but you can feel sweat coming out of different parts of your body. Like that's too hot. It's too hot. I had my sports bra on. I don't work out. And I had my sports bra on. Gemini really said, good, just ate pizza. Ooh, pizza. I'm hungry, so that sounds really good. I might get that afterwards. Oh, yesterday was terrible here, you said? Yeah, I think pretty much most of the East Coast got extremely humid weather. Huh, like you don't move and you're sweating. Okay, so tonight's episode, thrill of being bad, like I said before, it's pretty much gonna be about cheating. But a friend of mine sends me this article. I'm really happy she did. Uh, Called "What is Micro Cheating?" Hey KBG podcast. So the title of the article is "What is Micro Cheating?" It's the newest infidelity trend to mess up your relationship. Yeah, simmer on that a little bit. Where you said this heat wave ain't playing with the East Coast. It really isn't. It really isn't. Like I don't normally turn on my air conditioning. Um, yeah, I don't normally turn on my air conditioning, but I've had it on pretty much 3 days straight. 3 days straight? Yeah. Because I'm on the 15th floor. Usually, if I can open my balcony, I open my front door, I get a good cross breeze going. But there wasn't even a, there wasn't even like a light trickle that you sometimes think is a bug, but it's not a bug. It's a random hair that may be coming out of your head. But like, it wasn't even that. I was I was dying. So yeah, my AC was on. KBG podcast. I know you said send you the article, but girl, you don't need it. One, I'm gonna read it parts, the best parts of it, but you don't need it. Trust me. I was like micro cheating, and then when me and my friend were talking about it, we realized, oh, okay. Gemini Rule, you said I'm still in Chicago and it's bad. Yeah, because Chicago really is slightly southwest of us. Like once you get around that Great Lake, Ontario, um, Chicago south of us. So Chicago, or sorry, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, um, and of course parts of New York State like Buffalo, because Buffalo is like 2 hours from us, depending on how you drive. Uh, So we all get similar weather. So yeah, Gemini rule. Today is, when I say slightly, I mean, and I'm sorry for you Americans, we do Celsius, so I don't know. I think 25 was like 77. That was at night. And so I think today was a high of like 28 or something like that. I don't know. It was just slightly less, but it was enough that this asthmatic was able to go outside today. Um, so so today was a decent day. Mademoiselle said heat had me cussing clothes. Girl, my sports bra has been like, my mom's like, you're wearing a sports bra, but you don't exercise. That's not the point. It is wicking away sweat. So they don't have two pools. Like I'm trying to like recreate Kendrick Lamar's swimming pool, like pull up, try. No, no, no. It was so hot that like I put paper towel under my boobs, and when I took the paper towel away, it was like wet, like wipe the counter wet. And I was like, okay, it's hot. Fun fact, y'all. You know that song Nelly had, Hot in Her? And the video? Hot in, so hot in her. Guess where that was filmed? Right here in Toronto. Um, I just want to put that out there because the song was in my head. So micro cheating, after you scroll through like half, that's another thing. I hate having to scroll through half an article to find it because I won't read the article. I will scroll. So micro cheating is basically emotional cheating. Yeah. It's basically emotional cheating. They give examples like, your work husband or work wife that you sort of downplay your actual relationship to, and yet in your monogamous relationship, you are not telling your partner about this other person. KBG podcast said, I'm about to move up there. See, every time people have all these misconceptions about Toronto and then they come and they're like, what? Y'all got heat? You don't live in igloos? This is crazy. And it's clean? Like, that's, even though I pretty much think Toronto gives me very, like the US city that I would say is closest is DC to me. But yeah, we're still, nobody can't touch this, you know? Um, Mademoiselle said, you're welcome, KBG. She came in June, Mademoiselle. So yeah, went down Graffiti Alley. I need to go back down there actually, because I think they've added new Raptors graffiti. Gemini, you said, yep, cheating. KPG podcast said, yeah, I loved it. So clean. Sorry, I don't mean to hijack the topic. No problem. I don't mind talking about my city. I put on for my city. Oh, okay. But yeah, emotional cheating. So I don't know. I feel like I do understand certain parts of emotional cheating. Like I do get if you're like the person didn't, you're in a monogamous, and obviously all of these are being in a monogamous relationship. You're in a monogamous relationship and um you haven't slept with somebody, but like you connect with them on social media or Facebook, Facebook, whatever. You open the DMs and the gram, and you haven't slept with that person, but you're chitty chatting with them. So I understand that, but I ain't giving up my work husband. Like my work husband is dope. I teach him about black culture. He teaches me about Korean culture. And like it's a win-win. Dope. He's told me some of the best restaurants to go to and the best times to go to those restaurants. I'm not giving up my work husband. I'm sorry. But then I'm also not hiding my work husband from somebody I'm with if I'm in a monogamous relationship. Because I would just say, don't make me leave you for my work husband. Just like when I tell my mother, I literally will find another one of you and I will put you in a home, and then what are you gonna do? And then she tells me elderly abuse and all of that. But yeah. I was like, it can't be elderly abuse if you're 70 but you look like you're 50. So then technically you're not an elder. Someone got to sign. Screen said, work wives slash hubbies are necessary, right? How do you even get especially I feel like work hubbies and wives are especially important for black people. Like you need an ally at work. That's what you need. You just need somebody to like release the tension, because sometimes you feel like you're going to kill everybody in the office. You know you're not going to, you just feel like you're going to. And then sometimes you come home and you load up a video game like, I don't know, Doom, or maybe even Sims. I know it sounds unrelated, but in Doom I kill them, and in Sims I kill them too. But in Sims it's like, have a pool party and then invite all the office people over and then take away the ladder and then they slowly drown. I'm definitely playing Sims after this because God, it's so much fun to kill people in Sims. I'm sorry, that's my outlet, but it is really fun to kill people in Sims. Um, Mademoiselle, you said never had a work husband, always a work wife. Um, Rhea said, I feel like it's only cheating if you're hiding it. Okay, so we're gonna get into that. KBG, you said, I'm just understanding what part is cheating. Okay, right? So obviously they're talking about monogamous relationships, but I agree that if for most monogamous relationships, cheating is you doing something that you feel you have to hide. I mean, I know that's a general statement because there's lots of things that people hide. Okay. Um, but yeah, if you feel you have to hide a relationship with somebody else, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you're at least being deceitful. Because I don't know, I'm thinking about like when I was younger, and I don't know how many of y'all had this, but I mean younger, like, being in high school and first crush or boyfriend or whatever, and you might date somebody who is a very jealous person, and being that young, you couldn't identify it. So I would like, you've been with somebody who's like, oh, you shouldn't have male friends, or you shouldn't, you know what I mean? Like somebody that would um be a little controlling, and you allowed it to happen. Now, I'm not talking about extreme or any type of abuse past that, but I mean like being for myself, being with a guy and he didn't like me having other guy friends, so I limited the time that I spoke to other guys. I probably wouldn't have told him if I was talking to another guy. But I mean another guy as in a friend that I had. But I am being deceitful, right? Mademoiselle, you said, like I tell my son, if you have to hide it from me, it's already wrong. Agreed. Agreed. That, like, if you, and to me, that's just, yeah, you're being deceitful. Because why, especially Caribbean women, why you're not telling me? As I want to know, where's the reason? Yeah, tell me. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm totally fine if you just told me from the beginning. Like if you're like, yeah, I have a work wife, and I come to your job and your work wife looks like Gabrielle Union, I'd be like, Nika, does she like threesomes? Like, what? I totally understand. If my work husband looks like Idris Elba, like it's too bad, so sad for you, you know. Too bad, so sad. Or if he looks like Bungie, oh, if my work husband looked like Mr. Bungie Garlin, I almost feel bad for my work husband now, because now every time I look at him, I'm gonna be like, why don't you look like Bungie? Um, yeah, I would. I more think, this is the thing. I more think, yes, it's still wrong to be deceitful to your partner, but just something that you would hide can't all fall under cheating. But I understand that it's like when we make the general statement of like what is cheating, I get that. Um, KBG, you said unless the person you're hiding it from is unreasonable. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like Mademoiselle said, way hide. Let's see on them, right? Like we grew up with very distrustful Caribbean mothers who then bore distrustful Caribbean daughters. Like it's just we don't trust anything. You feel like an arm coming. Oh my gosh. I remember like one of my first dates and the guy was trying to put his arm around me and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Oh, okay. And then one time stretched across for the coats because the coats were on the other side, and I thought he was going for my popcorn. And if he was going for the popcorn, but he was going for the code. Like, we don't go for my food. Y'all should know this already. But yeah, we're distrustful to begin with. So, and yet Caribbean people will keep, y'all ever notice, I shouldn't even say Caribbean people, y'all ever notice how older black people keep like the best lives? Like, you will find out at like your grandfather's funeral that he had 7 other children, and you were convinced your grandfather never went anywhere, like anywhere. And you will find out he has 7 other children, and one of them is like 4 months old. Like that, you're just like, what? Korean people, like black people, could keep some serious secrets that I'm just like, I thought lying was bad, but y'all make it seem like it has to happen. Rhea said, not the popcorn, just like it's green. Not the, like, don't reach for my popcorn, don't reach for my nachos. If there's like, you can obviously reach for something that I can get outside of the theater. So if I had Twizzlers and you reach for the Twizzlers, that's fine. I can go to Dollarama and I can get more Twizzlers. But if you reach for like my pineapple or my, yes, guys, I bring all of these things into the theater. I will have nachos with salsa and cheese. I will have popcorn. I will have candy. I will have gone to the grocery store, so I will have snuck in like watermelon or pineapple or strawberries, because you know pineapple is very good for your digestion. So all of this is with me, a smorgasbord, if you will, that I curated. You didn't ask for any of this. When I asked you, do you want me to get you anything? Now that's all right. I'm good. All right then. You said you good. I'm good with my smorgasbord of food. Anyways, so I'm almost like, I'd rather you reach for my boob than reach for my pineapple. I like that line. It just felt twofold because the way that I looked down, it could have been like actual food, pineapple, pineapple. Huh. It's Green said a whole side family. That's what an entire side family you will find out about. Mademoiselle, let's shame the devil. Preach whole ass family. I'm just the family secrets, Gemini said. Mademoiselle, I stop at Bulk Barn for Swedish berries. Ooh, girl, I will sometimes stop at Bulk Barn for those sour cream and onion rings because I love those. I love them. And especially if I've asked the other person, like, do you want anything? And then they actually do say yes. And I'm like, oh, so now I gotta get you something. Okay. Yeah, I will stop at Bulk Barn. And for you guys that don't know, it sounds exactly like it is. It's just a bulk food store. But they have such. God. The sour keys at Bulk Barn are like, if you get them on a good day, you almost get that one thug tier. Just saying. Um, it's Green said, I need to start bringing watermelon. Genius. Honestly, it's even cute to share, you know, when people do stuff like that. Because I don't, but it's really cute to share watermelon and pineapple and strawberries, and sometimes you can get the even little like sample size of like chocolate if you want to get fancy. If you want to get fancy for yourself, because I ain't sharing any of it. None. Except the blueberries. I'm not a huge fan of blueberries. I will share blueberries, but everything else, I ain't sharing. So we will, even if you were like, yo, babe, I want watermelon too, you will get your own container of watermelon. I will bring you the watermelon chunks and I will give you your container and then I will take out mine. And never the twain shall meet, okay? Never the forks shall cross. You finish your watermelon, and if you drop it on the floor, I will feel so bad for you as I eat mine. Be, be coming for my food. See how you guys get me on a tangent? Anyways, emotional cheating. Emotional cheating. Um, I was just like, micro cheating. Who changed the name? Who changed? It had to be millennials. Who changed the name? Emotional cheating. Cheating that doesn't involve like genitals touching. That's cheating that doesn't involve genital touching. So, show of hands. Y'all can show any hand you want to. Who here has been cheated on, or a cheater. And I say both because y'all don't need to, we don't need to be outing people, okay? If you've been cheated on or you have cheated, um, because I asked the question on the page, I was also like, cheating is cheating. Like, nobody got time to decipher, okay? I don't need to have subcategories, and you're like, well, section one, sub B, third from the bottom states that I don't have time for all of that. I don't. Um, it's kind of freaky how many people are putting up their hands. It's going to say, yup, been cheated on or cheated. And one of the questions I'd asked on the page was true or false, women cheat better than men. And most people, so pretty much everybody in the chat, including myself, cheated on or has been a cheater. And so for that question, almost everybody, yeah, almost everybody said yes, they believe that women are uh, better cheaters. I mean, like, thank you. Mademoiselle, you said gentrified cheating. Dead. That's like I don't understand. I was like micro cheating. This is interesting. I found a new angle to the show. Oh, I'll be wasting people's time. I stopped my Pose episode to do that and find out it's something I already knew. Annoying. Yeah. So, I was having a conversation with Rabbit. He's not in the chat right now. But about why. Why do we feel that women are better cheaters? And he was for it. I guess I was kind of against it. It's not that I don't believe it. It's just I'm more like, why do we think that way? So he brought up some great points that actually showed up in this article. Um, so they were asking a woman who wrote this book about monogamy, about being polyamorous, and how it can actually help with female self confidence and stuff like that. Um, and so she was talking about, I guess the tagline, articles nowadays, it's always like 9 things you can learn from women that cheat, stuff like that. Um, okay, so it's Green said y'all are much better at cheating. KBG, you said I feel like we're more detail oriented, easier to cover our tracks. Mademoiselle, you said I don't think women are better per se at cheating. I think we cheat because it's mostly for emotions. And Mr. SJ, you said I don't think women are better. I think men don't tell as many people when they get cheated on. Gemini, you said yes, we cover our tracks. So most people have said like we cover our tracks, but yeah, Mademoiselle, Mr. SJ, myself, I don't think that women are better. Think we I just think people cheat differently because people like to say that, oh, women are more emotional with their cheating. I know men who are just as emotional, if not more, but we don't count it. Like we don't count the guy who um, has always slept with his high school girlfriend, even meeting a new girl and getting married, and on the side he's still sleeping with this high school girlfriend. That is emotional. Like there's anybody else you can sleep with, and that's somebody that you just couldn't let go, that knows a part of you. Like that is emotional, just as emotional as a woman sleeping with her coworker. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily feel like, but that's just, I know that's more me, not really. I don't see as much of a difference between men and women, and I don't say that as like I'm better, or that is a better um way to see things. But yeah, I more just think people cheat, and they all just have different reasons for it. But because you guys mentioned a lot of things actually that are in the article. Mademoiselle, you said men just sloppy generally. Okay. Um, so she says women cheat less impulsively. Rather, they plan prudently and are more skillful in their cover up. So I do believe, like you guys said, women cover their tracks more. And I think that also, the reason why I mentioned Rabbit is because he made a good point, is that we have more of a support system than men do. So we have our friends who are ride or die and would lie for us for anything. I am one of those friends. Like my girls that I have known longer than you, I will definitely lie for. If they're like, so where did we go last night? I'd be like, were you really that drunk? Like we were at the bar. Meanwhile, we both were not together. Okay. So, and men don't have, like, you don't, it's not to say you guys don't have friends. It's just the way that women um will stick up for each other. And I, again, not saying that it's any better because it's lying. But women, we more see our friends like, I'm that's my girl and I'm going to do anything for her and I'm always on her side, sometimes right or wrong. So we more ride or die for our friends than I feel men would ride or die for their friends. And that helps us in being able to cover our tracks better. It's Green, you said that part. I suck at lying for my cheating friends. Gemini, you said yes, my bestie is my ride or die. Like I've and the joke is, even for like, if I had a friend who her girlfriend um is just a very possessive girlfriend. You've chosen to be in that relationship, that's fine. But your girlfriend may not like you being in certain areas or hanging at this person's house. So yeah, I'm not I'm not gonna I'm not gonna blow up the spot because we both got not on my friend. I will say she was with me the entire night, and I'm probably not even in the country. Like, I'm sticking up for her. And so, yeah, when Mademoiselle was like, men just sloppy generally, sometimes I even feel like it's not even just the men. I mean, obviously it is if you're the one cheating, but it's also the friends. What about your friends? Will they stand there? Like, women just, yeah, women are just, I don't know. We're just, even like, even if we don't know something, because I've seen guy friends where it's like, oh, where's so and so, and they're like, uh, and it's not to say that like our memory's better. I could stand there and have no clue where she is and be like, oh, I think maybe she went home, and she will literally walk right up. I'll be like, oh shoot, didn't you say you were going home? And she will respond with, yeah, but then I thought everything's a lie. Every part of that, and we will just, yeah, I don't know what it is. Mademoiselle, you said, like, most men cheat because of opportunity, while most women cheat because there's something to gain emotionally. And see, that's the thing. I don't think all, well, you said, you did say most. I'm sorry. Most women do. Malfunctioning mom bot, you said exactly. She's my friend. He isn't. And I say that all the time. Like, that is my friend. She's been there for me more times. You ain't mine. Even when I've had friends date family, I'm like, look, fam, you ain't fam no more. Like, I'm writing for my friend because I don't know who told you to choose my friend to talk to. Because I know I didn't hook y'all up because you a player. Um, it's happened. I've had a cousin date a friend, and I was like, yeah, me and you. Especially when the cousin is a guy, I'm like, I'm on her side unless she's crazy. There's always that asterisk, bing, unless the partner is batshit crazy. Then I'm writing for my cousin. Um, Gemini said you did the head movement to that song. Rhea said we're just quicker with the response. It's Green said yes. If my face doesn't give up the before I answer, it really, y'all are so. What were you doing? Huh? I feel like the huh is like the 2 seconds that they're trying to figure out. Oh shit, what do I say? Um, Sorry, there was no, okay, so women are also very attuned to interpersonal communication, so they're more likely to notice nuanced changes in their relationship with a cheating partner. um so basically we notice little, like, slight changes, we notice more. Could I know that true. I mean, some of y'all we don't even let rest. We're just like, you always part your hair on this side, why'd you part it on the other side? No, I just want to know, why did you part it on a random Tuesday in the middle of the month? It don't make no sense. Like, I have some friends that will, like, you ever have a friend calls you up, starts telling you like, yeah, he did this. So this is what I did. I literally got in my car, I drove down to his work, like I took the crowbar out the back. Cousin Pookie was on the, and you're just like, Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's crazy. For real. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going through a tunnel, but I'm gonna call you back, okay? Yeah, no, I'll call you. Yeah, uh-huh. Crazy. Crazy. I'm sorry. I'm I'm Caribbean. I'm never I'm not showing up at your job. I'm not that's not happening. I'm not stalking you. I'm not following you nowhere. Like my goal is to act like you never existed in life. In life. And even with my like my ex, any friends that I hope none of my friends are in the conversation, but um with the ex that cheated on me, I've sat right beside him and been like, I don't even know that anyone's there. It's like how I'm sitting right now. And he was right here. Yeah, can we get another round of drinks? Like you don't even, I don't know you. Going through a tunnel, Rhea, I say that to my parents all the time. And the funny thing is, because they're old, they fall for it every time. My dad falls for it every time. Dad, can you pick me up something at Costco? You gonna send me money for it? Sorry, Dad, I'm going through a tunnel. What tunnel you going? Click. I don't feel any ways about it. Um, no, Gemini, I get what you mean. Women are, you're so right. Women are very observant. We are. Mademoiselle, you said West Indian women dream when their partner cheating. No need to go to his job, smell his dick, none of that. We don't. Yeah. I will admit my young 20 something year old self has once looked through a phone and then I never did that again. Because I remember um I looked through a phone. I found what I thought I was going to find. We fought, break up, and I was telling my older cousin, I used to just talk to her to get advice, relationship advice. And she was like, you should never look for something that you don't want the answer to. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like she was just like it was that, and it was the, like I said before, better safe than sorry. If you feel like somebody is cheating on you, do you really want to live in that feeling of like someone telling you no, it's not happening, but it is the worst type of, um I feel like it's like that, like the beginning of the horror movie when you know something's not right but you can't put your finger on it. You're living that day in and day out, and it is a horrible feeling. And it took me a while, even with that last relationship, to realize that like I would rather not have that feeling than to have that feeling and be with somebody, because I don't trust you. I don't trust you if I've gotten to the point of wanting to look through your stuff. Because I mean, again, I'm a black woman. I don't trust nobody. Black people, we don't trust anyone. Like no one at all. So I'm already not going to trust people. Cool. But sorry, I just got like, because I saw one of your comments. Um, Mr. Esther, you said it all depends on the people involved in the relationship as far as noticing subtle differences or nuances. That's true, because if you have somebody that's very attentive, if both partners are very attentive, they're both going to notice subtle differences. Like, why you change up your hair? Like I said, you moved the part. Now it's back on the other side. Did you move it because I said it, or did you move it because your work wife told you to? Hmm? Hmm? Um, Gemini Road, you said that is on point. They be dead to you. I'm just, and you said my advice to my sister was the same thing. Yeah, so she was like, you can't go looking for something that you don't want the answer to. If you want the answer to it, then yeah, by all means, go ahead, search through somebody's stuff, but be prepared for the answer that you're about to get. And she also said, be prepared for the fact that what you did is a violation of that person's privacy. So they have every right to be upset in the moment, regardless of the fact that you found something and they betrayed you. That is an invasion of privacy. So I never wanted to, I was like, I after that, like, and obviously I had to receive it from somebody that I admire, that I would actually listen to, because I would know. I wouldn't want somebody else to be looking through my stuff. But yeah, after that, I was like, I'm not going to. Even with the partner that I had that cheated, um, I was like, I'm not going through your stuff. The most I did was like, I saw a message because the phone, phone, phone go off, and I looked and saw a message. But no, I wasn't looking through stuff. I was just like, look, I don't trust you, so I don't know how well this is gonna work. Like, I'm gonna have conditions as well, because obviously I was still at a point in my life where I thought, um my love and like, that us being together and my love for that person would help us work through that. But then when I realized it wouldn't, I'm just laughing because of how I realized. Then when I realized it wouldn't, I'm out. And then you dead to me. You dead. Uh, Rhea said, yeah, no going through phones. It's a setup. It's Green said, I know that paranoid, but I'm right feeling. Exactly. Especially when, and even with mine, like the times that you get paranoid and you get into the fights, and it's like, no, what are you talking about? Like, you acting mad crazy right now. And Mazel said, you will find what you're looking for. Exactly. Exactly. Gemini, you said you never went through stuff, but always had the intuition. And the funny thing is, people always ask me, well, sorry, I shouldn't say people always ask me. When I found out, my friends were like, your friends are like, oh my God, how do you feel? And I was like, honestly, the first feeling I had the minute I found out that, um, what he was doing was relief. Because it literally, the first thought I had was, I was right. Like, and not in a I won type of way, but like, your gut was right. Like, to question your gut is one of the worst feelings in the world. To always overthink and not know if what you're feeling is right or if it's gas, that's the worst. I don't know if I'm supposed to leave this situation, or if I just, drink some tea, break it up, and dissipates. It's not a good feeling. So I just remember my first feeling, because I remember my friends thought I was having a nervous breakdown because I was just smiling. And she was like, why do you keep smiling? I'm like, it's just it was the best feeling to know, like, see all those little times that this person made you think nothing was happening. You were right. And you can stand, um confident in knowing, like, this is your lesson. For me, it was like, this is your lesson. This is your lesson to trust your gut more. It is not gas, even though I know you get gas because leafy vegetables are a mudda sucker. But this is your lesson. And from this onward, you're gonna trust your gut, because we don't want to do this again. We don't want to feel like this again. So yeah, I mean, after that, obviously I was devastated, I was upset, and going through all of that, the anger and all of that. But that first moment when, someone confirmed, like, yes, this is what happened, i was I just felt so good. I was like, yes, believe in yourself. And it's crazy because you think, so many people said that, there's so many memes, I probably saw it on the side of a bus, but that lesson was the best lesson I could ever get. um it's Green said, intuition is strong when you listen. See how people dropping lyrics and preaching all the same thing because it's Sunday, God's day. Well, you're out preaching today. Gemini said, right? Like, I knew I wasn't crazy for thinking that. Malfunctioning Mombot, you said, following your first mind is what my aunt called it. Ooh, following your first mind. Yes. Yes. Mademoiselle said, right, Gemini, that relief that you're not crazy. Eat them greens, girl. Girl, see, here's the thing. Since I was a baby, I love broccoli. I love it. Like, not even Not covered in no cheese, not even salted. I just love broccoli. I love it so much. I don't love cauliflower because it's white, but I love broccoli. Um, and so I will eat it like carrots. The way I eat carrots, I can eat carrots and then get sick off of eating carrots because I did not stop until the bag was done. So yeah, but leafy greens has cost so much gas here. I just eat my spinach and my broccoli, and I even learned too, eating leafy greens makes, I guess if you're a guy, it would make your sperm like a little bitter, and for a girl, I think it's like a little sour to the pH balance of your vagin. Um, I never thought about that before. I might make that an episode because I was like, oh, the foods that could change shit. I mean, we're telling people like eat properly, drink your water, and now it's like, even if you do, it might still be a little sour, you know? Everyone else said same, no pale broccoli, none. And I used to have people being like, oh, cauliflower and broccoli are the same thing. No, it is not the same thing. It may look similar in that it's like a little tree, a little bonsai, but it is not the same thing. It is not. You know how disrespectful it is to love, but like love broccoli. I love broccoli. I love broccoli. I would save broccoli over my own mother because she knows how to swim. It is really disrespectful to love broccoli and have somebody bring you cauliflower and act like it's the same thing. I don't like cauliflower. I don't like celery. Yeah, I don't like celery. I mean, I'll put it in my cooking, especially in chili. I would put celery in chili, but I don't like celery. It has no taste. Mom's like, put peanut butter on it. Just give me the peanut butter, mom. And y'all think I was joking. I really used to sneak like spoonfuls of peanut butter, and then she would open the peanut butter and be like, "Why it have spoon holes in it?" And then, as most Caribbean children know, I got my entire name called. That, and if you live in a two-parent household, you will always hear that you are the other person's child. Hmm, your child? You know what your child did today? Am I not yours anymore, Mom? Not today. You're not my child. My child would not do all of that. All right. Malfunctioning, but my mother can swim. Broccoli cannot. As simple as that. If you can swim, why am I saving you? How you get yourself in this predicament in the first place? And if it had to do with anything like drugs or alcohol or anything like that, it's not my fault. My mother should know better. All right. Rhea said I agree. It's not the same though. Rhea said I like both. Ooh, Rhea, don't be taking my broccoli, okay? If there's broccoli and there's cauliflower and there's carrots and there's celery on the tray, stick with your cauliflower first. Stick with your cauliflower, Rhea. Stick with your cauliflower, okay? Hey, ooh, every time I see cauliflower, I was all of a sudden triggered because I was the child getting cussed and I'm the mother cussing now. I'm like terrified and yet not terrified. I'm lying. I'm absolutely not terrified to become my mother because I believe that Caribbean mother daughter relationships, the whole point of me having a child is so that I can use what was used against me. You know what I mean? Like, use what was used against me. Call you into the room from another floor to pass me the remote or turn off the light. Walk into your room for absolutely no reason. Stand around and look for something to cuss you for. Hmm. Since the time I tell you to pick up these clothes, Mom, those aren't the same clothes. Those are from today. Oh, so now you just throw your clothes on the floor every day? Every. Okay, that's not. I was just in here watching TV. I don't understand why, like, you came in here to trouble my soul. Um, I'm really convinced. Like, my mother would just sit in her bed and be like, these crossword puzzles are just not doing it for me anymore. Let me see what my child is doing that I can trouble her soul. Like, I'm convinced. But yeah, so y'all are distracting me We're supposed to be talking about the thrill of being bad. Um, it's all y'all's fault. Um, not all Gemini, not all moms though. Not all moms. Cause I had some friends' moms that and I will say like black and white friends' moms that were not and Caribbean mothers, ooh, the worst is when she get a feeling spirit tell me when your shoelace break and the subway break down, things that's happening in trees. I don't think you should go out tonight. I know you was planning to go, but I don't feel I will give you back the money for the ticket because my soul, the spirit telling me you should even with guys. I ended things with guys. I mean, I only came out to my mom recently, so she didn't know about the girls. But when I would end things with guys, it's like my mother would be like, your spirit telling me I wasn't gonna be with him. I'm like, it telling me. Why couldn't it tell you that 5 months ago, mom? Huh? Huh? Why can't I tell you that before I bought a plane ticket to be before I like planned dinners and weekends away? Why couldn't the spirit tell you then? Well, I don't want to influence. You don't. When my mother said that, you don't want to influence. Meanwhile, if I walk out of the house right now and went to her house, she'd be like, "Nicely you put on to come in my house. You couldn't wear the purple dress. You just look so nice in the purple dress." And I tell Leonard son to come by. You don't want to talk to this. You want the daughter? You want daughter? No, you want daughter. Okay, mom. That's my mother. That's what my mother does. I was also said, left here and jump some trouble. I go on. I can't stand you. I actually can't stand how Jamaican you are. Rhea said, "Oh, when it's quiet, you in trouble." That is so true. That is so true. But that's because when it's quiet, they're doing something. That's the thing. When it's quiet, whenever my nephew would get quiet, what are you doing in there? It's just too, like you said, Mr. Bajan Law. In here, very quiet. Things like that are like, oh, you keep running in and out of this house and you're letting out the cold. Why are you just sitting here? Are they just sitting here watching TV? Did you guys ever get that? Like, I would get that. So you just go sit in here and watch TV? And it's bright outside? Are we just stating facts? Yes, I'm sitting here watching TV and it is bright outside. I don't understand what's happening. Like this, I was, and I would get in trouble. But you're the one stating the facts. I thought that's what we were doing. Oh my gosh. I thought that's what we were doing. I thought we were just, since the time you come in this house and you see it had clothes in the basket and you can empty out the clothes. Well, I came in the house and I went straight to my room. I didn't go in your room on the floor around the edge of your bed that I can't see from the doorway. Oh, now you want to talk back to people? Answer me. Um, no, I don't. What? What's happening? What is happening? I would just see. I was a crybaby. Um, so no one. I'd be like, I don't understand what's happening right now. Are you yelling at me because I went outside even though you told me to go outside? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Yeah. Um, I was a crybaby, and then eventually I just became a smartass, and I got a lot of things thrown at me, y'all. Got a lot of things thrown at me, and if you duck, it's like y'all know, y'all know. I don't know how we went from the thrill of being bad to the thrill of being beaten by our parents. Mr. Bajelon said, "Go outside and run boat." And you can use a road runner, you know it, right? That's literally, oh my God. Oh, I felt it. I felt it. Well, you go outside now. Well, you're troubling. Go outside now. Go. So you ain't see these lights coming off. And you walking in the house now. So you're a big woman. So you're paying bills, yeah. The worst is when I answered yes. Because I was paying them. That didn't go well. Sometimes I'm surprised. Like, do you guys ever look back and think, wow, looks like we made it after all? Like, I'm surprised that I'm alive, physically on this earth. I really am. Because there's many a night that I thought it was going to be the end for me. I really thought it. I stood there in front of one or both of my parents and thought, this is how it ends. See you at the crossroads, you won't be lonely. Like, I really thought my life was gonna end. I used to Beijing, like you said, well, my mother's a red Beijing, so I had it rough. Red Beijing Trini, yo. Your mother was a saint, my boy. Mother was a saint. My boy, I feel for you. I was also the whole Caribbean mother spiritual. It just goes and it goes. Like yesterday, my cousin and I were talking about how when you would get in trouble and your mother starts off the conversation talking to your aunt, and then your aunt asks about you, and then it gets back into her cussing you. Like she's just like, your niece? You want to know what your niece did yesterday? I come in the house and this blasted child, I don't understand how you does. What? Aren't you on the phone with Auntie? Like, where did I come in? um Malfunctioning mom said, yeah, like your life flashes. You're just like, especially when I was younger and you don't have enough memories, you're like, I didn't live as long as I thought I would. And I had so much to do. I had so much purpose. I, but I probably shouldn't dwell on that too long, because if my mother thinks that I'm staring off in the distance and not listening to the rant that she's giving me, even though it makes no sense, this death may come quicker. So let's come out of our heads now. The best though is being able to decipher like what you're supposed to answer and what's a rhetorical question. That should have been a video game for Black children. What question do you answer, and what was rhetorical that you weren't supposed to answer? What do you get if you get it wrong? A slap upside your damn head. That's what you get. Like one after the other, and you have to decipher wait, where was I last night? I went out with my friend. God damn it. Don't talk back to me. Do you know who you talking to? Don't answer that one. Ding ding ding. Like I would play that game actually. I mean, I'd be stressed, but I'd play that game. I would play it. So back to the article, y'all. Crazy, right? There was a part that said that people who've been cheated on actually end up doing better in life, because at least the people that work on their cheating, people that work on it, um, because we go through the healing process and our next relationship is stronger that we've gone through, like, that type of betrayal. I think I actually agree with that, but that's only because I know my experience was that way. I don't know if you guys feel that way. If you've been cheated on, do you feel like you actually, like, it was actually a good thing in a way? I mean, obviously that cheated on that, I guess. No, because even cheated on that you've worked through it, was it a good thing? Obviously not when it was happening. Oh my god. I also said hot lash lose 5,000 points. Gil, it would be like, I'd probably lose, because you know how many times, oh my gosh, there was one time, wasn't even a rhetorical question, it was a statement that I answered a statement. But as you get older, your parents will say something that sounds very similar to like what your friend might say to you, and you just snap and you forget for a second. You know what I mean? Like you snap and you forget, and then my vision came back and I realized it was my mother I was talking to. And again, I literally heard Bone Thugs and Harmony in my head. see you at the crossroads, you won't be lonely. And then I started thinking, like, are they gonna put me on a T-shirt with like a heaven background and like wings underneath my neck, and then like a, I don't know, only God can judge me or something like that. Please don't ever, if you guys ever see like a flyer when I pass and my face with heaven in the background and like a setting sun that you think Bob Ross painted and like wings under my neck, or like wings behind me, like some huge ass phoenix wings, and then like you see underneath this tattoo you just see only God can judge me, like burn them and burn the person who made them. Okay. Uh it's green, you said haven't had a girlfriend since I was cheated on. Fuck buddies or lover and friends. Now here's the question. Do you feel that you've worked on yourself in, I don't want to say enough, but you know what I mean? Like that part of yourself, the part that ends up distrusting, the part that questions if they're desirable. Like, do you feel like you've worked on that part of yourself? Mademoiselle, you said, I believe that. My motto is hardship is never a punishment, it's a lesson. It took me a long time to realize that. Because when you're younger, everything's so dramatic. It's like Young and the Restless. You're like, why is this happening to me? Like, I don't understand. Out of all the weeks that I could have gotten a pimple, it had to be the day that I'm literally going to Jaquan's house. Like, why? Or sorry, since I'm Caribbean, I won't use Jaquan. Dwayne's house? Like, he finally invited me over me. Gemini said, it made me a little colder, honestly. Um, uh, See, and that's the thing. I pose the same question to you. Like, do you feel like you fully worked on it? Because I know when I first ended, yeah, I was very not cold, but I was just like, I ain't out here looking for no relationship. I'm about to fuck everything. About to buy this American pie. Like I was ready to have a hotation, and then actually started to be like, okay, wait, why don't I trust people? Why? Like, it's starting to ask myself questions that I realize, okay, I'm kind of just coasting. I'm kind of like using sex and being cold and all of these things as like a drug and not actually figuring out what I needed to learn from this. Not just about like, yeah, I learned that I shouldn't be with this person, but learning like what I need to learn. Y'all, the show's about to end in like 43 seconds, so I think I'm gonna come back because I'm liking this groove, so it was such a good groove. It was like, you know, when you hear that one song you love, it was such a good groove that I thought, okay, I'm gonna come back in because it was just we were flowing, we were all vibing. It was so yeah, back in. Of course, do I remember what I was talking about? No. But yeah, I felt like once I just remembered now. I felt like once I started working on myself, then I became like, okay, I'm just open to situations. Like it wasn't even just it had to be a sexual situation. I was like, I'm just open right now. If I meet some great friends, cool. If I meet someone who becomes more than that, great. And I'm gonna really try not to. My biggest lesson was like I'm gonna really try not to um it like if even after somebody's cheated on me and I meet somebody new, even if it doesn't work out, I know I'm gonna have a phase where I'm gonna think it's me, but I'm going to really try not to take it as a rejection of me, but more of a rejection of my energy. So, not a rejection of me physically that, oh, you're ugly and no one will ever want you, but a rejection of like, well, I know it's a stupid thing, but like, let's say purple and green energy don't go together. We happen to have those two energies and we just don't work together. And I always tell myself, isn't it better that you know now than how long that past relationship took for you to know? And yeah, but that's just me. Um, Mademoiselle, you said, I was gonna say, I think after being cheated on, we go through a whole phase. You really do, because you're just, especially, if you're the person in the relationship that you met other people and didn't cheat, because you were like, I am in a committed relationship, and like that is not happening. Okay. Is it just me that starts to think about? I was like, the time that I was on that trip, and Marcus was looking fine as fuck. And I said, no, I have a man. I was all Shantae Moore. Damn, I should have slept with Marcus. Like, it's just to make myself feel better. But yeah, and after that, I'm just like, well, because I didn't sleep with Marcus, oh, I'm about to get Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, Chris, Mark, Ray, Jay, bro. Like, I'm about to go in. Ah! And what made it worse is like when my hotation started was when I also became closer friends with the people that I'm with now, and they were all just like, "Yeah, you do need a hotation, girl. We will help you." It was like Cinderella, and like I literally had fairy godmothers. Just, girl, what are you doing? Because at the end of the day, I'm always gonna choose food. So there were a lot of situations where I was like, yeah, I could go meet up with him or her. Um, but I'm also hungry, and like Pizza Hut's gonna close real soon. My friends will be like, what are you doing, girl? Forget the Pizza Hut. Go and meet them. Like they would fairy godmother all over me. And yeah, my hotation was I learned pretty decent stuff. My hotation also involved me being a mistress. Um yeah, that was a fun time. Going back to that. Um, Mademoiselle, you said all the dick vibes Marcus was giving me, and here I am being faithful to a dusty ass Dwayne. Like you just get upset, hey Tasha. You're just like all the like oh my god. There were some people that just got me saying ma 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 like some people that you were just like, I need to stay away from you because I will cheat. I'm gonna take the temptation away. And then when you find out, like, what you did, I'm sorry, what? Marcus had like the 10-pack abs. Marcus oiled up. Ooh, y'all, I was in a relationship and went to carnivals. Do you know how hard it is to see a gorgeous ass man with his gorgeous ass friends just being kind and nice and friendly? Oh, there's just like a reel of them. And I stay faithful to your dusty ass, only to find out that your dusty ass didn't even stay faithful to me. And you're the catty that you chose me? Like, vexicated, is real vexicated. Yeah, so so that I understand. Um, Mademoiselle said, and not one wine teach like of faithfulness. I saw I I saw Michael Ealy at Trinidad Carnival. When I say saw, I mean like me, his security, Michael Ealy. I met Tyrese in a relationship. I mean, this is back before crazy Uncle Ty now, but back when he was still Coca-Cola singing on a bus, like, be mine. I I was hella in love with him. Now he just Uncle Ty, like the crazy Uncle Ty that we invited into to the barbecue, and you told him to be on his best behavior, but then you go on a rant about how the government caused the snow and don't nobody care about Uncle Ty now. But yeah, like there were people I met, there were situations, and I didn't get in those situations. But you like what? Okay. I'm about to be a hoe. It was a good Taitian, y'all. I'm talking. It was a good Taitian, y'all. Like, it was a good Taitian. Especially since when I found out was a week before my birthday and was also Pride Month. There was one night I woke up and I was like, how did I get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. Like I had no clue where I was. I didn't know where I was. I didn't remember who I was beside. They remembered. That was awkward. I mean, it was a good night, but that was awkward. I still don't remember. Every time I see her, I'm just like, oh my god, hey. Yeah. Uh, yeah. It's hard. It's not easy. If y'all have ever been to a carnival, even Caravana, which is coming up, um, it's not easy. So yeah, getting into carnivals. See the segue there? See the segue, y'all? Um, not the segue, but the segue. Why do you guys? Why do you guys tune in? Rhea said, "LOL that. Who is you, Face? Who is you?" And the worst is, every time you don't know somebody, they hit you with the, "I had such a great time." Mm, me too. You. So cute. I can't deal. So, did we exchange numbers? Yeah, just put your number. That's how I get. I'll be like, just put your number in my phone and like put the name because I know like five people with the same name as you. Another trick, if you have that ride or die friend, always let your friend know when you don't know somebody's name. If they're walking up and you're like, I don't know their name, this is what you do after you've told your friend that. Because I tell my friends, if you don't know somebody, just tell me, just let me know, and then talk to them and do not introduce me. No matter what happens, don't introduce me. And then I'm like, oh my God, you are so rude. Hello, I'm her friend, Andie, and you are? And then the person says their name. And then my girl's good, I'm good, we all good. Just saying. It's a little tip from me to you, y'all. But when you're in a situation where you wake up in somebody's bed in their apartment, you're not even sure if you're still in your city, you use all the nicknames you can. Use all the general nicknames that you can. You use the babies, the sweethearts, the darlings, the huns, the honey buns, the sugar kid, the Julie Mango, all any sweet tropical fruit, really. You can call somebody your sweet little pineapple chunk. You can use that when you don't remember somebody's name. Unless you lucky enough to have gotten into somebody's house who has like a degree on the wall, and then you never told me you had a degree in psychology. And it looks like I'm studying your degree, but I'm just trying to get close enough because that cursive writing, I don't really know. Sheila, that's what it is. All right, so call you later, Sheila. uh, yeah, Julie Mademoiselle. When every man who has called me a Julie Mango, I've fallen for, or has told me that my breasts look like Julie Mangoes. Well, except for like random homeless people in Trinidad, I did not fall for them, but everyone else. Tasha, you know. Sort of, come like a little pineapple chunk. A little bottle of Hennessy. Yeah. I love you like a carib, yeah. Yeah. Any kind of nickname, because I don't remember yours. And y'all, my memory is like, this is the thing. I tell y'all I'm petty all the time. So my petty memory is on point. It is crystal clear. As far back as 6 years old, petty memory is on point. Everything else, what did I eat yesterday? What is my cousin's third baby's name? How many times have I killed my grandfather for, like, you know what I mean? I tried to after I left university and I couldn't remember how many times I killed my grandfather for like a late paper or stuff like that. I realized I should probably stop using him because I just can't remember. And some people are really nice. Like they come up with anniversaries for you and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot. No wonder you're upset. Today's the anniversary of your grandpa's death." Yeah. Yeah, cuz he died on this day being the 21st of July. It's at 9:44 p.m. Is That's very true. That is the reason I have been so down lately. I just feel bad for like this generation because you can't lie the way that you could in my generation, even for cheating. You could say that there was a subway delay and no one would know. You could say it was going to take you 2 hours to get home. Nobody would know. You could say that you're somewhere when you're not. Like now, GPS tracking, that alone. Find my friends, find my iPhone, like just be able to find your phone. You can literally be like, you're by Susan's house? That's where you are? You're by your sister Susan. Really? Cuz my phone is saying that your phone is over by your ex's. And since you're talking to me on your phone, like when I was younger, when I was younger, y'all, I had a friend. My close friend worked at Blockbuster. Yeah, she did. She worked at Blockbuster. Friday and Saturday nights, I would go to Blockbuster to hang out with my friend. I used to tell my mom that I was helping her with her job. Okay. Uh, and we would leave, like, Blockbuster would close, and we would go hang out wherever the boys were in the summer, which was usually playing ball somewhere. I would just tell my mom that I went to her house. I went to her house, mom. How come you didn't call me? So sorry, totally forgot. I thought you and daddy were sleeping already. Like it was at least by then it's like 10 p.m. and her mom's gonna drop me home anyways. Her mom didn't even drive. Her mom didn't even drive. And I got away with it. Like now, my mother can't even get away with stuff. Like my mother, I've been like, Mom, what are you doing? Nothing. But I see you at the bar. She's like, why are you always tracking me? Yeah, my mother can't get away with stuff. So relationships nowadays, oh my god, you might as well just tell the truth because she knows everything. And if you're with somebody who's crazy because you're like, ooh, crazy woman, good pussy, then everything that's happening, you brought on yourself. You brought it on yourself. um Gemini Role, you said remember that everything else is kaput. um and you guys were saying like lol, right? Exactly, mademoiselle. You said running home to erase a message from the answering machine. It's Green said 90s lives were so easy, so easy. But mademoiselle, the answering machine. See, my dad was very slow to a lot of different things. I had dial up longer. Um, we had an answering machine, an actual answering machine longer. And that run home for the answering machine was real. And then what hurt the most is that when everybody switched to that one bell phone, mademoiselle, you know it, the one phone that you if somebody picked up the other line, the light would go on. When everyone switched to that, and then it had the automated answering machine, and they all knew their mother's codes because their mother probably made it like some child's birthday, um, they all rejoiced in being able to delete these high-tech new age voice messages, the Vista. Thank you, Mademoiselle, the Vista phone. And I was still on an answering machine. I was still on my father with, hello, kindly leave your name, phone number, and a brief message, and we will call you. But like y'all, our answering machine was like a good like 17 minutes with no music. It wasn't like back in the day of like the, hey, you've reached Angie's cell phone. Come, it wasn't like that. It was just hearing my dad's voice. That's all it was. That's all it was. Reset the answering machine. I had my own line, so I didn't have to do that. Oh well. Congratulations to you, Ria, having your own line. I never had my own line. Okay? Never had my own line. But thank you. Thank, thank you for those. Thank you for letting me know that my childhood wasn't as great. Yeah, the answering machine hurt. That hurt me the most was all my friends being like, "Guy, just delete the message off the phone." I'm like, "No, we still have an actual answering machine." Oh, you fucked. Thank you. I realized that. I realized that before. Uh, thanks though. It's Greeny said I got a girl in so much trouble talking nasty on what I thought was her voicemail, but was actually her family answering machine. Ah! I Can you imagine? You're good, Abe. This is my thing. If anything happened outside of the hours and rules set by my parents, you were on your own. I told my friends, if you call past 10 o'clock, my parents had a cutoff. You could not call the house past 10 p.m. If you call past 10 p.m., you are on your own. I'm not picking up the phone. That was the first sign to show that it is your fault. If you go to pick up the phone, that meant that you asked that person to call at that exact time to upset your parent's soul. So I'm not answering the phone. And when I hear my father like, hello? Well, I don't know what your parents doing in your household, but in this household, no phone calls is coming after 10 o'clock for my child. And then I hear him walk over. You tell your friend Tracy to call? No, if I told her to call, I would have answered. I would have told you guys. I would have answered the phone. Like, it's crazy. Why did I tell her to call? And all I'm thinking when I lay my head on that pillow and go to bed is, I'm gonna kill Tracy tomorrow. She gonna die. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna kill Tracy. And the next day you walk up in school like, so why were you calling my house at 10 o'clock? Why were you calling my house at 10 o'clock? Were you trying to get me killed? Like, what were you really doing? You can't even talk about, oh, you went to go visit your dad in Arizona and you're still on, like, mountain time B. That's literally, you know how many people coming to the door? I would hear, like, no, she is not coming outside right now. You and your friend come? What? I don't know about nobody coming to this house. That's why I'm sitting up in my room reading my Bible. I didn't tell no friend to come. Next day at school, Guy. So what was the reason for you to show up at my door though? What was the reason? Like, what was the reason? I'm telling you, you ain't getting me in no trouble. Any phone calls coming after a certain time, people show up at the door, had nothing to do with me. And the joke is, Bones, I had the Bible The Bible in my nightstand. I was like, y'all like catching me in nothing. I'm highlighting right now. What would y'all like? Who's in the? No, I don't know anybody named Tasha. Highlight my Bible. You ain't getting me killed. Because the thing with Caribbean parents, and I'm sure American parents is the same thing, if you had relatives that live somewhere else, there is a chance you could get sent there. You always got threatened. Like, do you want to get sent home to your grandmother? What do you mean? You can't just send your child to another country. You have dual citizenship, you know. You was taking school in Trinidad. I could send you back home. I never had to bring you up here again. Okay. I don't want to get sent away. Because, like, I studied slavery and we don't fare well on long voyages. And I didn't want to be sent away. So um, I was not going to let anyone take me out of the land of milk and honey. I was not going to let it happen. Even if it was my bestest of the best friends. Because I feel like if you're my best friend, you would have not brought this confusion and anxiety to my doorstep. You would not bring it. How you forget it's 10 o'clock at night? How? We are all Caribbean. I even know how you get to pick up the phone 10 o'clock at night. I can't pick up the phone to talk to nobody unless my parents bring me the phone and say, hey, your uncle wants to talk to you. Unless they do something like that, there's no, you don't pick up the phone. You don't call no one. So you trying to get me in trouble. But you said they sure can. Open life ticket. Mademoiselle, you said always was threatened to be sent to Jamaica or to Alberta. Mademoiselle, I had an uncle in Alberta, I had a cousin in Australia, and then family in Trinidad. And then some uncles in New York. And one time we went to their house and they had roaches. So my mom was like, I will send you to New York and you will live among the roaches and the rats. And I was like, why would you do that? I don't know. No, I don't want to. I don't want to live with the roaches. I don't want to. They're like creepy. The things they would threaten you with, like, Gemini Real, you said, oh yeah, be sent to grandma down south. Yeah, I know in the States you guys have to have the same. That, like, if your grandparents live somewhere, or you just had relatives that they were like, oh, you've met them at least once, I will send you there and no one will look for you. And you're just like, it's true, no one will look for me. Because if all of my friends are black, they'll be like, yo, y'all heard from Andie? Nah, guy. And her parents acting real normal. Shit. All right, well, what we doing for lunch? Like, y'all can only care about me so much. You can only care about me so much, and I understand. I just be gone, just be body snatchers. I say that like I know it. I don't know horror. You guys know I don't watch horror. Bones, you said tank boat for instant deportation. That's what it was. It was basically telling us that they can have us deported, and it's funny because 9 times out of 10 we're the ones that were like born in Canada. I thought you can't get deported from the country that you were born in. And yet, I didn't put anything past my mother. And that's why when she would say, like, I can take you out of this world, we never, like, we knew it wasn't, like, a saying, like, we knew that there's a possibility that my mother can commit murder and also have my body disposed of. Possibly sent back home in a barrel. I was convinced. I was like, that Christmas barrel, she knows how to pack. First of all, the woman knows how to pack meat without it smelling, because black mothers will put meat in their suitcase and bring it back to Canada from their respective islands. So she already knows how to, like, package something that can smell. And that barrel, you ever see a small Caribbean mother, like a short Caribbean mother, fill a barrel that is actually taller than her? No. No, I told my mother, I'm like, I know that you've convinced me you can commit murder and you'd get away with it. And she was a government worker. I mean, she's retired now. My mother worked for the federal government, and people liked her at her job. Allies. No, I wasn't. I wasn't messing with that woman. That woman's a thug. That woman pulled a cutlass out on somebody. I wasn't messing with she. And was also, and phone had that long ass cord. Yo, the long ass cord. I feel triggered. Even Rhea feels triggered. Oh my god, the long ass cord. I feel I feel triggered. Barrel season. That's, you know, a barrel season. And I know it's just possible. I know it's possible. I really know. You know how I know too? I remember there was an episode of CSI. When CSI was big, when it was still on TV, not when it was in reruns, y'all. When it was still on TV. And Grissom said something like, well, you know, bleach gets rid of blood. And my mother went, you're sure right. No one no one else heard her say that? Nope. No one else is worried. Okay. That woman can dispose of a body. Cool. It's Green said parents have superpowers when it comes to their kids. Facts. And Bones, I hate you. Trade spat, yo. I know the trade span bill. I know the sheet you get, and like for the area that we were in, we knew the guys that would come and pick up the barrel. It's Green sets. All kinds of special rights. Okay. Bone said, or close a full one. I've closing a barrel, like if you guys have never experienced this, because this is very much a Caribbean thing. I said smallest child was the anchor to close the barrel. Hi, I'm the smallest child. I was all said smallest child is me. I am smallest child. I'm gonna get to that, mademoiselle. I saw what you wrote. I'm gonna get to it, but yeah, a barrel. Okay, so usually around Christmas time, West Indians will send a barrel back home to family, friends, loved ones, and it's filled with whatever might be too expensive in the islands or whatever we can afford or whatever. So that thing is like it's high. You come, like I used to come in after school and see it and be like, oh man, it's barrel season. That means we're buying 5 of everything. I need to clean out cloth. Like it's just different things that you knew you were doing around that time. But watching my mother pack a barrel, I was like, Mom, how are you gonna pack that? Like that barrel's higher than you. And then I saw her do it. Never once climbing into the barrel. Just know that. She never actually gets into the barrel and comes back. Like, but packed it. And when I say packed, y'all, like there is no space by the time that thing is done. And my parents got to a point, especially when they go back, if your parents are lucky enough to go back to their same island, they will also put stuff in the barrel that they want and just don't want to have in their suitcase. So your suitcase is lighter. And with Trinidad, our carnival is in February. So with my parents packing a barrel around Christmas time, they knew, okay, we can put stuff in there. It usually takes about a month, and we will get it in time for when we go to Trinidad. So it's packed with a lot of stuff, from clothing to household goods and drapes and curtains, like all kinds of stuff that you can pack that are not perishable items. So watching your mother close one of those, I can't close one ever. And at least, like Mademoiselle said, she was the youngest child, but for me, um, I was a tall kid, so my mom would use like, um, she'd say heavy stone, but it was really like bricks. And even just watching her bring in bricks, and I was like, that woman is holding that brick too easy, too easy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So yeah, when I said a cutlass, so because I found out some Americans, that's not what you use, but it's a machete. When we say cutlass, that's a machete. Um, Mademoiselle, you said your mom has a cutlass behind the fridge. Eh? It wasn't behind the fridge. It was actually behind. It was in the dining room, behind the cabinet that she had her dishes in. That's where it was. Because in our in my parents' house, it's like you walk through the front door. Once you come in, you have a straight shot to the back. And so her thing was like, whether I'm running from the front to the back door, I can grab it, and whether I'm running from the back to the front door, I can. Whereas the fridge was further into the kitchen, and she would have to, oh, I know, because it was pulled out twice. Once by my mom, once by my dad. Yeah. Tasha, you said beside the bed at my house. Well, and you, wait, at your mom's house was beside the, no, not at your mom's house. You mean like your place, right? It's green. You said, keep kicking myself out of trying to scroll. Oh, that's like me when when I turn the camera. Tasha said my aunt is the iron pipe. Ooh, because you shouldn't be able to bring a machete into this country. So, and every time I've asked my mother how they got it, she doesn't answer. So, yeah, iron pipe. My dad had a crowbar under the bed. And I remember finding it, and I was like, why is there a crowbar under the bed? And he's like, in case I need it. Okay. And they give you that look like, try and ask me a follow up. Try and ask me a follow up. And you don't. So I just knew there was a crowbar under the bed, and it was for when my dad needed it. Yeah. Mademoiselle said, not only am I the youngest, but the heaviest. So they had my chunky butt hop on top. That was like, you probably were also the kid that closed the suitcases, weren't you? You were the kid that closed the suitcases. My mom would be like, Gil, you're gonna break my good goods. Nah, I buy this suitcase at the bay. Come off of it. Sitting on my, I will close my suitcase. Thank you. Thank you for that complex mother. Behind the buffet. That's where it was, mademoiselle. I shouldn't say that's where it was. Present tense, that's where it is. It is probably still there. Because the other day I saw my mother like, these weeds. Mom, you are not in Trinidad, and the weeds are not that high. It is just, you see, like, I just get a motion. Yeah, I see it. I see it from way back here. Especially because you can't just have like no regular like knife sharpener for that thing. No, she's there like actually Game of Thrones sanding it. I'm just like, I don't, people like that, like, I don't mess with my mom. I tiptoe very close, but I don't cross the line. I just like, I go up to it and I'm like, the other side looks cool. And then I turn back around and I go home. Okay. It's green. So my mom still has a blackjack hidden somewhere. You don't know where. That's the thing. And you will never know until like they pass and you find it. And you're just like, Mom really had it with the coffee? Why? Why would she have needed it where the coffee is in the kitchen? Like, you don't know why. Rhea said, my coworker keeps hers in her car. I mean, I feel like any woman, especially if you live by yourself and you drive and you should have something in your car. Something. Back in the day, like when they finally got rid of like, what was it called? The club? Y'all know the club. In the car? My dad was gonna throw it away and I was like, why would you do that? No. I want it. Keep it in the passenger side so that I can grab it quickly. Because jab somebody with it. I can hit them. That's how I hit people. It still would have hurt. That thing was heavy. And it took like 78 tries to actually, like, that thing was just so annoying. I mean, I know that it did stop your car from getting stolen, but it was very annoying. Tasha said with the stone, sharpening it. That's what, yeah. And stand there talking to you like it's nothing. Like, why you standing up there like you ain't had no home? What you want? There are muffins on the stove, you know. Oh, no, you don't want, no, you don't eat muffin. You see, when you was living here, you eat well, you know. And Mom, can we talk about what you're doing right now? Because the last time I saw this happen, Game of Thrones is on TV. Can we talk about that you're sharpening a stone? Like, are you going to battle? What is happening? What is happening? I was just said, I need one just to introduce my new neighbors to my Jamaicanness. These people know I'm not the 1, 2, 3, or the 4 and 5. Okay. Yes, Tasha, always sharpen with a stone. Tasha said, yeah, my girl actually did that when she moved. She did that. Screen said, they call it the club for a reason. It's a weapon. I was also, I'm just gonna get one and just sit outside just sharpening. You know what you need? That's when you need that, like, you know, like a color purple black period piece, like that music playing. You probably need like a straw, or you chewing on a toothpick, just like it's just scaring people, including myself. Even though I'm Caribbean, if I saw that, I'd be like, ooh, don't you make eye contact, don't you make eye contact. You know what? I don't walk enough. I should go the long way. I should. Meanwhile, I was like 2 houses away from my, I'll go around. It's okay. I don't walk enough, you know. I'm always eating McDonald's, so I should. She fixing a shave, mister. You know what's funny about that line? I feel like all of us probably felt this watching that movie. Even though I didn't know what was happening, because I was pretty young when that movie came out. I remember the fear I felt when that child said it. Oh, she fixing a shave, mister. I remember thinking, I don't know what that means, but like, I can feel sweat on my top. Like, ooh, it's not good. And then when I saw her, I was like, oh, that looks like my mom, and that's never good. Any woman sharpening an object, something's about to go down. Something's about to go down. Okay. Mademoiselle, sorry, it's Green. You said, Khalees, I hate you so much playing in the background. I love that song. You know what I love so much about that song? It was very cathartic to sing that song with Khalees. I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now. Uh, uh. Even though I couldn't actually scream in my parents' house unless they went away, I felt very cathartic singing that song. I really did. It's still in my breakup rotation, actually. My breakup playlist on Spotify definitely has Khalees. I hate you so much right now. Like, Khalees gave me black rocker chick vibes because I was a real, like, I loved my rock. I loved listening to alternative. And Khalees gave me that. She gave me my R&B and alternative fusion, you know? She really did. Screen said Andie with the spoken word version. It's just, that's how, uh, I hate, last year, Valentine's Day, you would swarmly say, babe, I love you. I love you, and I swear. Like, Khalees hit us with the lines that women were like, you know what it was? Khalees's I Hate You was like Karen White's Superwoman. Because anytime my cousins who were like slightly older than me would sing Superwoman, ooh, you ever watch a black woman sing that song of that era? I'm not your superwoman. I'm not the kind of girl that you can make down and think that everything's okay for you. My cousin did that in a car in a snowstorm, driving between 2 cities. This song came on early in the morning. I put breakfast on your table and made some. Uh, Deb, make sure that you come. Deb, Deb, is everything okay? Everything's fine, okay? Everything is fine. Like, You see a girl in the club, and it doesn't matter how long ago her man cheated on her. She's just early in the morning. I put back the your table. He made your coffee. Like, I don't blame men for hearing that song, and it must be like a horror movie with zombies. Like, oh shit. Dun, 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 dun. Shit. Damn it. Nigga, you really have to play Karen White right now. I just got her. I just got out the doghouse. Just. There's just some songs. I'm telling you. My cousins will start taking off earrings, like almost like they're getting ready for bed. I'm not your superwoman. Like, ready to fight. Doesn't even matter how long ago it was. Those were the songs. I mean, they were cathartic to us, but I felt bad for others. Rhea said, OMG, all I see is my sister. Screen said, I just had a flashback. Like, that's she said, especially if she's talking to herself. I mean, we all, as black people, nothing can touch like Black Girl Magic, Black Boy Joy when we hear our song. When you hear your song and you are reciting, like, that was me with like any Biggie song that would come on. Don't even I'm pushing guys aside. Like, don't. I'm rapping right now. Like, get out my way. So I get it, but when it's that song that spoke to you, oh my lord, she sets up like I'm about to be Alicia Keys at the piano. Everything's working good. Yeah. Go right on. Like, we're ready. We're hitting, like, we actually get the backup singers. We get everybody. We get everybody when we're feeling that one song that hit exactly the pain and suffering that we had in that relationship. That's what it is. That's what it is. Green said, I gotta go somewhere, baby. I'll be back. You want ice cream or something? You know what? You guys are just, it's just best that you treat that situation like Homer in the bushes. You just gotta Homer in the bushes out. Because the most she'd be like is like, where is he? Where is he? He ain't even in this club right now. I hate you so much right now. Like, we'll sing to the air. And then later be like, babe, you'll never guess what song came on. What? Khaleesi's I Hate You. I was singing it hell hard. I know my baby was. Like, you can talk about it afterwards, but in the moment, I would run. I would run. Run away. Run away. Like, I would run. Okay. Girl, Mademoiselle said Biggie's Unbelievable sends me. I used to go crazy when I would hear 10 Crack Commandments because I love that song. And I rarely hear it, and it rarely gets played out completely. It's just like the female equivalent would be Little Kim's bars on All About the Benjamins. Like, every girl has to hear that part of the song. It is the best, one of the best verses in the song. And everybody has to hear it. And we all turn into Lil Kim. We all turn into people that would run with a gun and ride or die for our, like, we all want to rumble with the bee, huh? Bzz, throw a hex on the whole family. Dressed in all black like the Omen. Have your friends singing, this is for my homie. And you know me for making niggas so sick. Like, we go off. So it's the same thing. It's just, when it's a breakup song, you don't want your girl singing to you. You don't. The minute you start to see that, like, ooh, run. Babe, I'm gonna go get a drink. I gotta pee. I think my mama's calling. Like, just run. Run. And I don't even blame men for doing it, because women with our songs, and I've been hit by a woman singing a song to me. So And mine was worse. I got the Deborah Cox. If you really don't want, if you don't want me, if you don't need me, then who do you love? All right. Shoot, if I had Drake back then, I'd be like, I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's scary. I've been on the receiving end of that, and it's scary. I was like, ooh. And she knew the dance like I did. I was like, you really don't want me. Okay, we're doing the video now too. Cool. Because trying to do the Homer in the bushes once they've locked eyes with you is a lot harder. It's a lot harder. They always know their mark. Black people, that's the one time when like dancing and rhythm backfires on us. That black woman will always know her mark. She may go off and like hit a mic off to the side, but she knows you were here the entire time. She will come back. Like it's you think, oh my god, she's singing to like friends and she will come right back to your face. So yeah. Somebody said, "Girl, you got me rapping that verse." I had to go. I usually have to go that far. Um, you can't just do a couple lines, and that's the worst. Is that I've heard people cut off that song before Kim grinds my gears. Homer's dad with the walk in, put your hat down, take your hat up, and walk back out motion is reset. That's really yeah. Like oh, this wasn't for me. I wasn't supposed to be here. Um I'm laughing because it's 10:20. 10 more minutes of us being here the second time. I don't think I got into much about cheating. We did. We covered some good topics about cheating, but there was one thing I did want to get into in these last 10 minutes. So, one of the other questions was well, not one of the other questions, but a topic that was kind of brought up was Caribbean culture and us having a very colorful culture, and that some people outside of that culture would be bothered by things that we do. For example, dancing. So I put up the picture. If this was your partner, but that person wasn't you, would this picture bother you? Um, Now, obviously, I'm Trinidadian. I've grown up immersed in my culture, so it was never an issue yet. As Caribbean people, we still have certain standards. For example, what I might be bothered with my partner doing, somebody else might not. And for example, having a conversation with my friend, for me and another friend of mine, actually, if we're with somebody, my thing is I just don't need to see it. Do whatever you, first of all, I don't want to party with you. I want to have my fun with my friends. You have your fun with your friends. And even if we're at the same party, I just don't want to see things. You could lift a girl up, have her on your shoulder, wine and everything. I just don't want to see it. That's my whole thing. Um, and I mean, 9 times out of 10, the person I'm with is not trying to do all of that, but that's all. I don't want to see it because in my head, it's not that I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to be upset about seeing you. I'm thinking, you got a hall pass because I have a hall pass. So it's not really about me not wanting to see. I don't want you to see what I'm doing. Shoot. I want you to. You may have her on your shoulders, but I'm bent down low in the corner. Like, so it's not a big deal. Whereas I know some people are like, no, it cannot go past a certain like level of dancing, or you can only dance with your friends, not anybody who's new. But in the same way as any other relationship outside of being with somebody who's Caribbean, it's just about having the conversation and both being on the same page. For example, my parents have been together like forevers and a day. My mother, like, mass is in her blood. She always plays mass. I think she's only missed like maybe 1 or 2 years, and it's been because of injuries. She did not even miss when she was pregnant with me. But my dad does not play mass. Um, he will go and like see carnival and see the costumes and take a couple pictures, but he's not in it. But for them, he's like, this is what she loves to do, so go, have your fun. And that's it. I just like, and the thing is, even when she's having her fun, my mom has never been the type of person to be like, yeah, I jumped on some guy's shoulders or anything like that. So usually nothing's happening, and I'll give you a good tip. For most Caribbean women, and actually some Caribbean men too, we actually love whining by ourselves, especially when you hear your song. When I hear a song that is like my song, don't even come and whine on me. Like it's very rare people can actually come and whine on me, and that would be like family or like really close friends. But when the songs that I deem are my songs, when they're playing, I actually want to dance by myself. I'm actually in my head in my own music video seducing, I don't know, Idris Elba or like somebody, you know. I already know who I'm seducing, so I don't want to dance with anybody. But I understand growing up in that is very different from coming into the situation and seeing how we dance and thinking that it's very sexual. But I feel like even for Americans, like stuff like Freaknik or just, you know what I mean? Like anything with twerking and gyrating, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, if you're the type of person that would bother you regardless, then I understand. That's how it is. As long as you guys are on the same page, I think that's what works. But it's also very hard. I feel like it's very hard in this day and age because like, if I grew up in social media and I'm telling a guy, like, I don't want to see it, what if somebody films it? And that's not on him. It's just somebody that wanted to film the situation. And now, not only have I seen it, but everyone's seen it, like, across the globe. So, another reason why I just feel kind of bad for the youth of today having to grow up in social media. But yeah, Tasha, you said, right? Bubbling time. Mademoiselle said, bingo. Um, it's green, you said. Have your fun. I don't want to see it. Long as the night ends with me, dance or whoever. Or even like, I've had times where, you know, my partner is going to a party and I'm not going. It's like, yeah, go. Have your fun. Because you're coming home here. And I'm not saying like that's an excuse for stuff. It's more just me thinking, you could go out there and dance with somebody and not cheat on me, and you can also lay in the bed beside me having not gone to that party and cheat on me. So at the end of the day, you gonna cheat whether you were like, I allowed you to go to carnival or not. That wouldn't stop it. For That's for me, and I think most of my friends, most of the people I know, like men and women, when it comes to our cultures, feel that way. Also, I've had like being with somebody and like dancing with our mutual friends, so they were comfortable enough with it. And a lot, even the people who answered, Ria, I know you answered, Queen Brown Sugar Walls also said too. She's like, it's just dancing. I'm not bothered. It's dancing. Um, Tasha, you said social media will fuck up your life, right? Like, and the thing is, most people now, like most young people, especially because they haven't had the experience, like the as you grow and the relationships that you have to eventually learn, like, don't sweat the small stuff. But when you sweat the small stuff, you're upset at your partner, and it's like, it's not even their fault. Like, how would you know that at that exact moment that you're giving somebody a sweet wine, or a girl's twerking in front of you, or even like you went to a strip club and you're just having fun with your friends, and this girl's like twerking in your face, and then someone takes a video of it, now it's viral. I feel like, how is like, okay, for that kind of situation, I wouldn't consider that cheating. I don't consider that cheating. I don't consider, if you were in a strip club and a girl's dancing on you, um uh you know, dancing at a party or anything like that, that wouldn't be, I'd be like, I don't, especially if I don't want to do it. You want to take salsa lessons? No, I'm good. You gonna go with your work wife? Congratulations, y'all knock it out. Y'all have fun, cause I ain't trying to be, I ain't trying to be up in it. So have your fun, cause I feel like, why people always say like, um You want to have your cake and eat it too. First of all, cake is amazing. Why would I not want to eat cake? And if I had my cake and I was able to eat it, why would I go anywhere else? That's the other thing. If I had exactly what I wanted, why would I go anywhere else? So, and it's green. Okay, it's interesting you said that the strip club is like an appetizer. I feel like it's only certain men that understand like um I have somebody at home. This stripper actually doesn't give a shit about me. Like this is her job. Just like at my job, I can do it well without giving a shit about people or you know what I mean? Like it's not like I handed off the work and I'm still at home stressed whether no, I can not give a shit and do my job well. And that's a stripper's doing the same. She's giving you a service and she's doing it well. It doesn't mean she's like, oh my God, I rubbed my ass on his face and it was levitt for the side. And most men know that. Most men are like, yeah, this is just fantasy, but I know it's not real. Like I'm excited to go home to what is real. So I'm just like, you had the most I would be upset about is that you didn't even invite me to the strip club because I would want to go. The hell. Not even going to invite me. I just said, look, I've gone out with male friends and boyfriends to strip clubs and paid for my man to get a dance, right? I've paid for him to get a lap dance before. Gemini, but you said if one saw it, that's why I answered like I did. I know, but I was asking too, because you said once a cheater, always a cheater. So I was saying you said you've cheated. So would that mean that you're always a cheater? That was another thing. The ones a cheater, always a cheater. I never liked that term, but I personally don't think it's true because I feel like so people could be rehabilitated for murder, but we don't think cheaters can change. Like people can come back from a lot of different like you could take medication for depression, but you will always cheat. I don't think once a cheater, always a cheater. Um, Hey, Mr. Bajan Law. Guys, we have a minute. It's telling me 59, 8, 57, 56. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know we went all over, but I mean, that's the great thing about our conversations. We always go like, it starts off with one topic, and then it goes all over. So next week's topic, guys, is BDSM, and we're gonna talk about like debunking myths of what BDSM is. Not everybody knows what every letter stands for, what the community is like, what people do and don't do, and are okay with and ain't okay with. Like, so we are going to get into that next week. BDSM, things that make you go, hmm. Y'all know I grew up on Arsenio Hall show late at night, so you know, as Gemini Rule said, it was